Watching TCTV News, your only source for news and entertainment on campus.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of TCTV News. I'm Colin Vitale.
And I'm Liz Carlson. An explosion at a coal mine in eastern Ukraine claimed the lives of 32 workers this Wednesday. The area is already dealing with a civil war. The mine was located in the city of Donetsk, which is currently under the control of rebels. The blast occurred before dawn and occurred at a depth of more than 1,000 meters. The explosion is believed to have been caused by a mixture of gas and air, a common cause of industrial mining accidents. 230 workers were in the mine at the time of the explosion, and rescue operations are still underway. This past Tuesday, the Alabama Supreme Court ordered the state's probate judges to stop issuing marriage licenses to gay couples. The all-Republican court in Montgomery sided with an argument made by a pair of conservative organizations. The organizations appealed a decision by U.S. District Judge Callie Grande of Mobile, Alabama. Grande ruled in January that both Alabama's constitutional and statutory bans on same-sex marriage were unconstitutional. The Supreme Court's decision created widespread confusion after the state had just recently allowed same-sex marriage. Alabama is just one of many states currently dealing with same-sex marriage issues.
This past Tuesday, authorities claimed that a Las Vegas hospital mistakenly sent 2 dead babies wrapped in linens to a laundry facility. The remains were discovered in a load of laundry that Spring Valley Hospital sent to the medical laundry company Angelica in nearby Henderson. A Henderson police spokeswoman says the detectives determined it was a mistake and the incident is not being considered suspicious. A woman who suffered a miscarriage early in her pregnancy had arrived at the hospital by ambulance with the dead twins already wrapped in the linens. Officials have been in contact with the family with the remains after the remains were returned to the hospital. Nearly 240 people on board a Turkish Airlines jet had a lucky escape from trouble early Wednesday morning. The plane had missed the runway while landing in dense fog at the Kathmandu airport. The plane then skidded onto a nearby grassland where it finally lost momentum and stopped. There were 227 passengers and 11 crew members on board. All were safely evacuated from the emergency door without any injuries.
David Petraeus, former head of the CIA, has entered a plea deal in which he will plead guilty to a misdemeanor charge after mishandling classified information. Petraeus was a decorated war veteran, as well as a commander of the American troops in Iraq and Afghanistan before directing the CIA. The deal's charge of unauthorized removal and retention of classified material will likely result in a $40,000 fine and 2 years probation. An 8-year-old Las Vegas boy was killed Tuesday after his head got stuck in a neighbor's automatic gate. Police were called to the scene at about 5:30 p.m. when the boy tried to crawl through an opening where the automatic gate's door's arm swings. The boy was taken to the hospital with severe injuries and was later pronounced dead.
A homeless man who was shot by Los Angeles police officers after a confrontation was first identified as a French man named Charlie Robinet. It has now come out that he had stolen that name and identity before he came to the United States and is actually from Cameroon, although officials have not yet released his actual identity. The fake Robinet was convicted of robbing a Wells Fargo to pay for acting classes back in 2000. Details about the shooting are still being examined. A 58-year-old substitute teacher is sentenced to 90 days in jail after showing a graphic video to her class. Sheila Cairns showed this video to 5 class periods while she was substituting at Columbus East High School in April of 2013. She tried to testify to the court saying that she had never seen the video, but her students did not agree. Students testified against her, saying that she had in fact seen the movie before and she knew what she was getting into. Along with the 90-day sentence, Cairns has been suspended from teaching temporarily.
Children in the Los Angeles area are now breathing easier compared to the decade before. Studies show that the youngest generations are breathing cleaner air and have stronger lungs compared to those in the past in LA. The city improved health conditions by reducing their air pollution. The city of Los Angeles has struggled for many years with air pollution due to the number of people in cars, but change is in progress. The health increase has been across the board, affecting all ages, races, and genders.
Public health officials are stumped by parents who are fighting against getting their children vaccinated. These parents claim to have done independent research and choose to avoid, quote, harmful vaccinations. But healthcare officials do not agree with this choice and are trying to fight back. The officials are working to convince these parents that vaccinations can protect their children. They say most parents have been vaccinating, but they are contending with a small number who simply will not. The most concern comes with the measles vaccination, as this is a very contagious disease. That's all we've got for news. Stay tuned after the break. We'll bring you the entertainment with Taylor. We'll be right back.
Welcome to this edition of Entertainment News. I'm Taylor Runser. Michael Phelps asked the big question. She said yes were the words that came out of a former Miss California, Nicole Johnson, when swimmer Michael Phelps popped the question. Johnson started dating Phelps on and off back in 2007. Phelps' Olympian friend Allison Schmidt was there to take the happy couple's photo in the snow. With this big announcement, Phelps has still yet to announce if he will be making a run for the 2016 Rio Olympics. Kim Kardashian is the selfie queen. From 1984 to 2015, Kim has taken many selfies, starting out on a digital camera and eventually using smartphones. She has a book coming out that will feature all of her selfies, starting out with her first ever selfie in 1984. Kim says some people think it's ridiculous, but she loves sharing her life with everyone. Her book, titled Selfish, will be released May 5th. Following in his parents' footsteps, Josh Duggar and his wife Anna are expecting their fourth child. The baby that is expected to arrive this summer has been recently released as a baby girl. Josh and Anna already have one daughter and two sons. Right now, the kids can feel their baby sister moving around in their mother's stomach. Anna explains that there is always a desire for more children, but they are happy with the children that God has given them. Two people were shot at a nightclub on Saturday in Charlotte, North Carolina, where T.I., Yo Gotti, and Young Jeezy were performing. The club reopened later for a P. Diddy concert. The nightclub is called Label, and normally there are no issues there, and they have sturdy security. The victims are said to have non-life-threatening injuries. Zelda Williams, daughter of the late Robin Williams, makes an appearance at the Nobel Awards for the first time since her father's death last year. Williams and Marcia Garcias presented an award to one of her father's favorite charities, Challenge Athletes Foundation. The love others gave Robin is the attribute Miss Williams treasures most about her father. He made an enormous amount of people feel less alone, she said. Williams looked overwhelmed as many photographers approached her. She jokingly said that the one thing she inherited from her father was sweating. Miss Williams also exposed the hummingbird tattoo on her foot, which represents her father. Taylor Swift's long list of accomplishments now includes making babies stop crying. Recently, a video of a 6-month-old baby crying until Taylor Swift's hit Blank Space plays in the background has gone viral. Swift herself saw and replied to the video with a tweet saying, "This is the best thing I have ever seen," with the link included. Parents everywhere can forget what they learned in books and try out this new practice of playing Taylor Swift for their crying infant. Even with everything great happening in Cameron Diaz's life, you won't find it on social media. The 42-year-old actress believes that social media is a crazy experiment on society and that people are getting validation from strangers, and it's dangerous. Diaz has not posted on her Instagram or Twitter account since September of 2014. Nevertheless, Diaz has no problem sharing personal information, such as relations with her husband Benji Madden, what's keeping her in shape. In a recent interview, Diaz continued about her willingness to get exercise and get healthy. Katy Perry's Super Bowl this year was one for the books. Perry was accompanied by people dressed in shark costumes on stage. The sharks were the talk of the town all over social media throughout the performance and even more afterwards. Shark costume fans will be excited to know that there is now a shark onesie available on Perry's website. The onesie features a Katy Perry logo on the back and a crotch zipper. If that's not enough, the website also includes a t-shirt featuring the left shark. Both of these items are available for pre-sale on Perry's site. Thanks for watching Entertainment News. Stay tuned for Sports with Paul.
Good evening, Tomcast. Welcome to another edition of TCTV Sports. I'm Paul Connolly. Here's what you missed. Pittsburgh Penguins have won their 4th straight game after defeating the Columbus Blue Jackets with a score of 5-3 on Sunday. Evgeny Malkin scored twice, while David Perron, Derek Pouliot, and Steve Downey each scored 1 goal. Penguins had 6 total power play opportunities and scored on 3 of the 6 power plays. Dominating off the ice, Pittsburgh had 41 shots on goal, while Columbus trailed with only 25. The Jackets had the most penalties, 8, and the most penalty minutes with 27 minutes, showing that they just couldn't handle the powerhouse Pens team. Currently, Pittsburgh is ranked 8th in the power rankings for Week 21 in the season. Senior wrestler Sean Byam earns a trip to the 2015 NCAA National Championships after taking third place at the Mideast Regional Championship held at Messiah College. Tomcat Grapplers finished 12th overall, while the host Messiah won the tournament and Mount Union placed second. Senior Gerald Russa made it to the consolation finals but missed a chance to make it to nationals by just 4 points, losing 11-7 to Brian Olson from Mount Union and taking fourth place. Jordan Powell was the final place winner for the tournament, taking sixth at the 174-pound weight class. The fight that everyone has been waiting for is finally set. The mega fight between Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao will have a conference on March 11th and will fight on May 2nd. The fight has been 5+ years in the making and was finalized on February 20th when Mayweather posted a photo of his signed contract on one of his social media platforms. Both fighters are only obligated to be present at 2 conferences meeting up to the fight, Los Angeles in March and Las Vegas a few days before the fight. This historic match will have a joint pay-per-view showing between HBO and Showtime. Thiel College is proud to announce the 35th Hall of Fame induction class to be held on Saturday, May 30th in the LHR. The induction class will include John Costado, class 1970 for football, Randy Chiquella in 2003 for baseball, Tracy Henderson 2001 for softball, basketball, track, and field, Jim Kick, class of 82 for football, and longtime wrestling coach Mark Venice. Director of Athletics Coach Jack Levi said, "This year's class represents several sports over multiple eras. Each inductee is very deserving of this great honor." In Oklahoma City Thunder's Wednesday night victory over the Philadelphia 76ers, Russell Westbrook had 49 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists. Westbrook, guard for the Thunder, is the first player since Michael Jordan to have 4 straight triple-doubles. Westbrook is also the 6th player ever to have the 4 straight triple-doubles. He joins Basketball Hall of Famers Michael Jordan, Maurice Stokes, Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Wilt Chamberlain. Peyton Manning will be returning to Denver in the 2015 football season. His late decision to stay has caused him to have a $4 million pay cut. This takes his salary from $19 to $15 million. Broncos may be able to sign Demaryius Thomas long-term with the money from Manning's pay cut. The Clippers' loss to the Portland Trail Blazers caused Chris Paul to lose his cool on the court. Paul went for a game-winning shot but missed, and his teammate DeAndre Jordan got the rebound but didn't shoot the ball. Jordan mistook the shot clock as the buzzer, signifying the end of the game. Had he shot the ball, the outcome of the extremely close game could have been a lot different. Clippers ended up losing 98-93 in overtime. New York Mets have welcomed openly gay Major League Baseball executive Billy Beane to their spring training. Instead of lecturing or giving a speech about being gay, Beane suited up with the team and spent the day on the field. 25 years ago, Beane played for 3 different teams during parts of 6 seasons. He used to play while in the closet because he feared the MLB would never accept him. That does it for TCTV Sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Paul. On the outside, Adam Levine may seem like your average tough guy with tattoos covering his body, but a recent act of kindness proves that the singer may have a soft side. Levine recently met with one of his #1 fans who was diagnosed with Down syndrome at a young age. Christopher Warner is from Marriottsville, Maryland, and is a big fan of the band Maroon 5.
Warner attended a Maroon 5 concert and got to go behind the scenes and meet the band. His mother said he was shy at first, but Adam just went with it. Levine got down on the floor and laid with Warner after he hid behind his mother. After a little while, the boys were comfortable with each other and had a great night. That's all the time we have for TCTV News tonight. I'm Colin Vitale.
And I'm Liz Carlson. Thanks for watching.
You've been watching TCTV News, your only source for news and entertainment on campus.